Hi, nice to see you again, folks. Welcome back here, folks, to the LA Sparks 365 Network, your 24/7, 365 comprehensive home of the WNBA and your two-time WNBA champion, Los Angeles Sparks, back here on a great Sunday sports day, of course, folks, with Team USA winning the 2015 FIFA Women's World Cup today over Japan 5-2 up there in Vancouver, BC. Welcome in, folks, to the numero uno show on the network that we love to call around here, Sparks Fam, our free-flowing Instagram, email, and live Q&A form. Be sure to join us here, folks, of course, alongside rejoined here, of course, by Chris Mancy via Apple Spacetime from the A&R Studios up in Anaheim, California. Cal McClurg back with you, folks, here from Studio 1 in San Diego. All right, Chris, you got through the World Cup and the game tonight. Now we get to have some fun, man. And then how's it going?
Nothing much, just hanging here, just knowing that Lindsey Harding was at the game tonight.
Please don't faint, because we need you for the next 28 minutes. With that, folks, here's our Sparks Fan ground rules for the next 28 minutes and change it, folks. Again, this is a Twitter, Instagram, email, and live Q&A form. So, again, hit us up on Twitter. Our handles are at Calamac3. For me, that's at CALLANMAC with the number 3. Or hit up Chris on Twitter. His handle is at LASparksFan30. That is at LASparksFan30 on Twitter. Hit us up on Instagram by tagging us in a photo or mentioning us in the comments on a photo. By hitting us up there on Instagram, my handle is at Calamac311. That is at CALLANMAC with the numbers 311. Or hit up Chris on IG. His handle is at ChrisW3042. That's at ChrisW3042 on Instagram. Of course, you guys can email the network. Our email address is lasparks365@yahoo.com. Again, lasparks365@yahoo.com. Or join the world-famous Q&A lobby by clicking on the black box right down here, and we can go from there with your tweets or your questions live on the air. All right, Chris, normally we'd start with you, man, but of course you're stuck in detention on FaceTime because your computer's not letting you into this Hangout, so we'll start with me over here. So again, folks, and also, folks, by the way, here's our Sparks Fam question of the night again. Now, as you guys may have read the tweet again, I recently played one of my all-time favorite video games on my computer for the first time in many years on my computer. So again, my question of the night for you folks again is, what is your all-time favorite video game? Again, tweet us in at LASparks365. We have a couple responses already to the network here. We'll have one real quick. So to answer the questions quickly, of course, our one of our Dynamite off-the-bench host, Crystal Thomas, tweets in. She says NBA 2K on the question. And, of course, Chris at LASparksFan30 says MLB The Show. And then just recently, John Kegley at Biggest Chargers Fan tweets, definitely Madden led the Chargers to a Super Bowl, but need a WNBA 2K15 so I can lead the Sparks to a championship. So, of course, folks, let us know on Twitter, again, your all-time favorite video game, and I will release my answer later in the shows with that, Chris. Now, man, over to you. What do you got?
Someone just tweet, you set off fireworks whenever you post a selfie.
I don't know if I do that. I know I sure as hell don't set off fireworks when I post one, if I even do post one. So that obviously is not down my alley, to let you folks know. Going over on Twitter, someone tweets, this was actually retweeted by Crystal at KStyle, retweeted someone who said, Laker fans got to stop shopping everyone into our jersey, though. Ish looks retarded. Okay, Chris, I kind of agree on that one. Back over to you.
Let's see. Yeah, someone just tweet. Raylan just tweets. I feel sick.
It's bad enough, man. I am still bothered by the freaking cough I've had, but I'm just getting sick right now in the summer is no bueno. One tweet from one of my great USA soccer supporters, Reagan at _rap24, who tweeted, "Yo, my brother, just email him the link. I'm 50% excited and I'm like 50% nervous AF." And I had asked her if it was a discount for the USA Soccer store, but no, it wasn't. So, inadvertent asking my question. Chris, back over to you.
Someone just tweet 0 to 1. I want in and out real quick.
That sounds pretty good. So I agree. Again, folks. Folks. To answer our question tonight again. What is your all-time favorite and/or your go-to video game? And again, my response will be coming later. So again, hit us up at LA Sparks 365 on Twitter. Sean Martin on Twitter at Sean Martin 23 tweets, God, where did you even come from? So apparently Chris So must have blindsided him out of nowhere on Twitter, perhaps. Back over to you.
CBS LA tweet just now. Breaking. Airport police at LAX say missing girl is 12, not 13, was last seen uncomplicated by adult white male unknown to our group.
So if we have anyone living up in that area, please help out the LAPD with this response. One tweet from John Cayley again on Twitter at Biggest Chargers Fan. He tweeted, reading the response here, this is about the game. He says, 3 chances to win the game at the end of the 4th and didn't convert. So of course, the shots don't fall towards the end of the ball game. I had one tweet to read here from Crystal Thomas from @pup1010. She tweeted, I walked so far, I'm now in Santa Monica. Well, Chris, you know that she's had some small things going on personally, which is why we have not seen her on the network the past couple of days. But of course, Chris, long walks always help get the mind clear, and of course, walking along the beach in California is always nice. Back over to you.
Someone tweeted hashtag Lakers fan. No, hashtag excited Lakers fan.
So we got a very excited Lakers fan, folks. So there you go. One tweet from Kelly O'Hara from the U.S. Women's National Team. She tweeted, when you go to shower and you have gold confetti stuck to your butt, you know it's been a great day. Hashtag World Champs. Chris, I know that feeling 3 times as a player and an employee, of course, bringing home the confetti from the workplace to your house. Yeah, I know the feeling, and of course, again, folks, congrats to the USA Women's National Soccer Team for bringing back home the FIFA Women's World Cup. Chris, back over to you.
Someone just tweet, all of a sudden, Lakers making moves left and right.
They've come out of the closet, sadly. So, yeah, we kind of know what they're going through at this point in time. Going over, folks, to IG. Again, our IG handles are at Calamac311 and or at ChrisW3042. We had a photo, and I lost it. Trying to regather my position here. Okay, come on now. This is the problem here, folks, trying to operate IG on your computer when you hit the wrong button. All right, Chris, one photo from a aforementioned adversary, Chris, from Kate Fagan of ESPNW at Kate Fagan3 shares a photo saying 2015 World Cup champs, all right, all right. We'll go there, folks, courtesy of Google Talk Screen Share. And, of course, Chris, nothing better than being able to witness a team winning a championship. I just wish it was teams that people actually care about in San Diego, like the Padres and Chargers, not the Sockers and Gulls, of course, because I know they won't get publicity, of course, from anybody. Whip that back over to you.
Let's see. Someone tweet, hashtag Lakers, Brendan Bass, Roy Hibbert, Lou Williams.
Sounding good so far, Chris. Another photo here from IG from the one and only, the man himself, from @Coach Dave Miller, who shared a work selfie saying, Sunday Sparks Crew selfie at Staples Center. What a great group I get to work with doing WNBA color of hashtags. Thanks, guys. And you rock. And, of course, Chris, I know, Chris, that you have to be business on the air, but, of course, Chris, when you're off air, you can goof around and take a photo like that Coach Dave Miller took with his gang tonight over there at Staples. With that, back over to you.
Oh, I can't win.
What else is new? What do you got?
Someone just tweeted, my birthday is July 26th, you guys.
You just can't win, and I'm just going to leave it there. That's all I'm going to say for it. It's just you can't win because you have no, I don't know, man. You just, bad luck. That's all I'm going to say for it. One photo, a repost photo here from @NickPereira14, who shares a photo saying congrats to the women's national team on an incredible World Cup performance. And again, he reposted from the FIFA World Cup IG account. Here is what the post-game locker room session looked like following the game tonight. There is a happy group of 23 of the hardest-working female athletes that Team USA sent to the World Cup this year, and of course the champagne is flowing and popping up there in the Great White North. Chris, back over to you. What do you got?
still can't win. Here we go again. So first I go from Phoenix Mercury, pissing me off the day. Now someone just put it. It's my birthday this month on the 26th of July.
I don't know, Chris, what's worse when you have brought up everything about a root canal and now you're going to bring about your birthday. What's next? So, yeah, I think we all know about how the root canal business ended with the mute button, but, of course, when you're on FaceTime, there is no mute button, sadly, so it is what it is. Going back over, folks, to IG, a lot going on tonight, folks. Something else included. At this point in time, one more repost of a photo here from one of my many favorite players, folks, on the U.S. women's national team. That is my go-to player, Sydney Leroux, at Sydney Leroux on Twitter or on IG, sharing a photo saying, simple caption, don't mind us. We'll go there, courtesy Google Talk screen share. And, of course, as I said, champagne is a flowing up in Vancouver, BC. There's one more photo of the team in the locker room after beating Japan today 5-2 for the World Cup. Chris, back over to you.
One of my probably gotta be co-host on our Sparks Network, JT Thomas tweets. Bree Murphy is amazing.
And with that, folks, if you dare tune into our brother network on Tuesday, apparently JT is going to be apparently on the show with Chris. So if you want to tune in for that, go ahead and do so. One more photo from another very good adversary of mine and a very good athlete, a local Muay Thai fighter, Tiffany Van Soset at Tiffany Timebomb on Tiff Timebomb on IG. Quotes saying, "In the depth of winter, I finally learned that there was in me an invincible summer." And of course, folks, we'll go there, Chris. Google Talk screen share. Of course, folks, you know, I mean, we'll just let that photo speak some justice, folks. Of course, gotta love when the pro athletes do the photo shoots and stuff. So, of course, a nice photo of Tiff, who has an upcoming fight up in Temecula later this month. With that, Chris, back over to you.
Someone tweet, "You're fake if you didn't snap me back."
Well, Chris, I can wholeheartedly say, you know, that as we guys know, I have a very nice friendship with Candace Wiggins and Chris. I got to finally talk to her for the first time in a while on Snapchat when I was at the fair on Friday. So, of course, that made me very happy and giddy, and I'll get to see her in 2 weeks at Staples Center in a couple of weeks. Chris, one more photo here from one of my favorite Aussie players now in the WNBA. I'm just going from favorite player, folks. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. From at Aaron Phillips 131 on Instagram, sharing a photo saying reunited with my at CFrannyKG, hashtags of hairdresser, married woman, Mrs. George, long fingers, and tight bun. Of course, Kayla Francis and Aaron Phillips, teammates with the Opals down there for the Australian national basketball team. A nice little date after the game today. Of course, Chris, you know, that's the thing, though, man, I think that kind of separates female athletes in general, Chris, is, you know, you can go out there and play each other, but you know, Chris, go out for dinner after the game and have a great time, and you're still best friends off the field of play. So, of course, Chris, I always love seeing that. Back over to you.
Well, speaking of your favorite player, I go to my favorite player from Cal Bear, now with the Minnesota Lynx. She tweets. And
can we get a name of her, please? I don't know, because I'm sure, Chris, a lot of people don't know who you're talking about.
Rashada Gray, she tweets, and which is my favorite show. She tweets, "Well, now is my favorite show besides Martin."
Well, that may be a question for the next edition of Spark Time, Chris. So what is your all-time favorite Nickelodeon show, past or present? All right, going back from favorite player to another favorite player, folks, from the possible 2015 WNBA MVP from Elena Deladon at Deladon 2000 from at Deladon. At this point in time. And by the way, Chris, you have been thrown on the bus. I'll let you know in just a second here by a couple of fans on Twitter. One photo from EDD on Instagram, who shares a photo saying, at the Wrigley Deladon has his listening ears on, hashtags of Great Danes of Instagram, and hashtag Mickey Mouse ears. We'll go there, courtesy Google Talk screen share, of course, Chris. Dog photos, one of my personal favorites to share, of course. I know that we all love our pets and animals and our dogs on here. So, of course, EDD sharing a photo of her beloved dog, Wrigley. And, of course, now, Chris, I kind of wonder here, and I'm going to throw this other to you folks if you guys know. Is Elena's dog named after Wrigley Field or the Wrigley Chewing Gum Company is what I want to know. I'll have to ask her that question. With that, Chris, back over to you.
Let's see. Is it? Yeah, I'm looking at it right here. We talking about who threw me on the bus. Which I don't care about. Someone tweets, the Angels just swept the Texas Rangers.
And apparently, Chris, in pretty convincing fashion, I guess, too. So that is what I've also gathered, too. Two things here, folks. The tweet read, Chris needs better people to follow on Twitter, and I kind of agree with that aspect as well. But one more photo, folks. Probably our photo of the day here on IG from @ESPNW, sharing a great photo. The feeling when you end your illustrious career with a hashtag FIFA WWC title. We're going here, folks, for our photo of the day. This great photo taken of Team USA's 35-year-old vet, downtown Abby Wambach, relishing in the glory of the country's third World Cup title, and also for her and also for Christy Rampone, both ending their international careers on top of the world again with them winning the FIFA World title tonight up in Vancouver, British Columbia. Chris, back over to you. What do you got?
Someone tweets, they should have let Chris Paul go instead of DJ.
So we got more of that going on as well. All right, Chris, we're going to go to a video here on IG from another favorite player of mine. Good grief. All my favorite players coming out of the woodwork tonight, folks. From UConn legend Swin Cash on IG, who reshares the video that the New York Liberty shared today. He says, the video here says, congrats, hashtag Team USA on winning the World Cup. We'll go there and check out the Liberty saluting Team USA with the victory here right now, courtesy of Google Talk Future. Let's go see what they had to say about Team USA winning the FIFA Women's World Cup today. All right, so the New York Liberty wishing the U.S. Women's National Team all the best on winning the World Cup this year up there. And, of course, the Liberty, of course, as you guys saw, you saw Brittany Boyd, Kia Stokes, Win Cash, Epiphany Prince, Sugar Rogers, Carolyn Swords, my go-to girl, Candace Wiggins, and many other players saluting Team USA on the victory tonight. With that, Chris, back over to you. What do you got?
The new Laker, Lou Williams, tweets earlier today. He tweets, Lake Show.
Simple and easy. Hashtag Lake Show. That's, of course, nice to see at this point in time. All right, back over to IG from a photo of my LA Sparks sis from Sabrina White at Female Phil Jack, who shared a photo saying thank you to @Elena Beard and the @LA Sparks for taking time out to speak to these young ladies. Your words are empowering and making a huge impact on their lives. And, of course, the season-long motto of hashtags of We Are Strong, We Are Women, We Are LA, and Go Sparks. And, of course, Chris, sad though, man, that Elena Beard not playing because, of course, of her injured foot, of course. But, of course, Chris, it's probably injured, Chris, always good, though, that the players can, of course, step off the court, Chris, and be humble human beings, Chris, and, of course, giving their insight to future female athletes or females that want to go and make waves in their lives, of course. Much appreciated to the veteran and probably the player, Chris, with the biggest heart on the entire team, to Elena Beard for giving the time out of her day to talk to those two kids after the game today. Chris, back over to you. What do you got?
Someone tweets, the Lakers are a good defensive wing away from being a very interesting next season.
Now, Chris, to further add more rain to your parade, Chris, a certain family that you need to stay away from on social media was in your backyard today at Knott's Berry Farm today. This is a photo shared from Ashley Christine McPolin, of course, is one of the sisters, folks, of the Phoenix Mercury's honorary coach, Mia McPolin. Of course, as you guys know, I wrote the blog story about Mia during the first half of the season, of course, of what the Mercury and the WNBA did for her. Her photo reads, Lainey won me a puppy at today at Knott's Berry Farm. We'll go there courtesy of Google Talk Screen Share. So, Chris, that leads me to a story I kind of need to share from the fair on Friday. Now, Chris, you know that I have not picked up a basketball since I played my 1 year when I was 6, wearing number 23 for Michael Jordan. So, Chris, I took the chance to go and play one of those fair games for a jersey of any NBA player that they had on display. So, in spite of me only scoring 2 points my entire basketball career, I make the shot to win the jersey, and I take the last LA Lakers jersey, and that last Laker jersey happens to have number 10 and my favorite NBA player of all time to have Steve Nash's name on that Laker jersey. I wore it today to my family barbecue for the soccer game, so of course that makes me happy, and to see that, hey, you won a game at the, Chris, you win a game at the amusement park, win a game at the fair. Always nice to take home a prize with that, Chris. Back over to you.
Someone tweets, at least 72 players got more All-Star Game fan votes than Albert Pujols, the American League leader in home runs.
Which is very sad, Chris, and I've heard, though, man, too, that that MLB may be changing the rules about voting next year for the fans. As we know, man, that 35 times a day, yikes, they have to really turn that down. All right, back over, folks, to more from Vancouver. One photo again from Sydney Leroux again, at Sydney Leroux. Her photo reads, one simple caption, World Champions. We'll go there courtesy of Google Talk Screen Share. And, of course, Chris, Sid, of course, picture with, the legend of the U.S. women's national team, the one and only Abby Wambach. Again, folks, Abby and Christine Rimpone ending their international careers with a world championship under their belts. So, of course, them winning the World Cup, of course, is the big headline across the sports world today. Chris, back over to you. What do you got?
Just coming in right now at 10:23, our other go-to co-host at ShortyMama24. She just tweets, 2 players turned down max contracts from the Kings, ... but no one wants to play with Kobe.
I don't get it, and I don't care about the Sacramento Queens either, Chris. Sorry. One more photo here, folks, from Savannah Wiedemeyer, one of my close friends at PLNU, at Sav Weed, who shares a photo saying, after a 5-mile hike and a couple of near-death experiences, we were able to spend Independence Day overlooking our beautiful country with a U.S. flag emoji and hashtag 8,000 feet up. We'll go there courtesy of Google Talk Screen Share. Now, Chris, there is a famous hiking spot here in San Diego called Potato Chip Rock, located on Coles Mountain out east, which is a very famed hiking spot. So, Chris, the biggest question, man, have you ever dared to go on a hike in your life? And if so, where'd you go and why?
Nowhere.
Well, I guess I can kind of tell you this. Take a hike. We're going back over to you.
Speaking of which, like you said earlier in the show, yeah, I guess what's coming back, if Shorty Mom was watching, yeah, someone just tweeted, yeah, I love it, I want to see this. Yeah, someone just tweeted, getting a Rukin out tomorrow. With a crying emoji.
Now, quite literally, dude, take a hike. This is ridiculous. Back to Twitter, folks, with a tweet from the U.S. women's soccer team who shares a photo saying, post-game celebrations with the squad at Megan Kling, hashtags of headlock and champions. Going back over here, courtesy of Screen Share. Of course, Megan Klingenberg, who had a crucial save off the goal line in Team USA's Game 2 victory or draw with Sweden, of course, saving Hope Solo's bacon in that ball game, of course, putting a headlock on one of her teammates. So, of course, celebrations continue up there in Vancouver. Chris, back to you with 5 minutes left in the program. What do you got?
Someone just tweeted, deleting that tweet.
Okay, so much for that nonsense. We'll go back over here. Looking back across Instagram. Again, not much else really happening, just a lot of reaction. One photo from a Time Warner Cable Sportsnet analyst, but on the soccer side, from the LA Galaxy legend himself, Kobe Jones, at Kobe Jones 13, shares a selfie from the playing field after Team USA defeated Japan today. His caption reads, field after the celebration, hashtags of WWC and at US Soccer _WNT and at US Soccer. Of course, Chris, Kobe Jones, a living legend in Los Angeles with the LA Galaxy and with the U.S. national team when he played soccer. And, of course, seeing him celebrate with Team USA, of course, awesome to see. With that, Chris, back over to you. What do you got?
Well, speaking of which, didn't tweet to the network, but someone tweet, I'm playing Roller Coaster Tycoon 4.
Okay, so there's their favorite game of all time. So, Roller Coaster Tycoon 4 is a pretty good game. I've actually seen, folks, a lot of great people recreate current roller coasters across the country, whether it's Six Flags, Disneyland, whatever it may be. So I love seeing that, of course, at this point in time. All right, we'll get to a couple more photos and or tweets before we reveal my response to the question of the night again, folks. Again, the question of the night again was, what is your favorite and or go-to favorite video game of all time and why? Let us know again on Twitter with your responses. And Chris, someone I have not talked in the past, but of course still checking with her occasionally. Chris, of course, my first friend at Point Loma National University. Chris, of course, the one and only Jessica Scorza at JSCorza11 shared a photo today saying, and that's a wrap. Bruce, 4th of July, USA dominating the World Cup Finals and quality time with this guys with hearts and a U.S. flag emoji. Gonna go check out on Jess and Matt up in L.A. Courtesy of Google Talk Future, of course. Chris, Jess, sadly, of course, no longer will be appealing you next year, but of course, Chris taking time to hang out with her family up in Los Angeles. And yes, Chris, she will be invited to one of the 2 games coming up with the Sparks and Mercury and Sparks and Liberty in 2 weeks. With that, Chris, back over to you. What do you got?
Our other co-host at Up 10, she tweets, feet hurt, chilling in a car for a bit.
Yeah, Chris, whenever you walk a lot, man, your feet are about to get hurting. Now, with that, folks, we're going to check out a video here, courtesy of Google Talk screen share from the U.S. women's soccer team, again, back over on Twitter again. Let's go see how the party is rolling on here up in Vancouver. Let's go check it out here, courtesy of Google Talk screen share. How is everything going up there, ladies? Let's go see how it sounds. No better song, folks. No better song to play than Freddie Mercury and Queen's famous song, of course, of We Are the Champions following today's game. Chris, back over to you in the last 2 minutes of the program. What do you got?
Someone just tweeted at Lakers fire Byron Scott.
Which, Chris, equals you falling for a fake tweet again. What else is new? John Kegley again tweets in to the program in regards to our what we had asked about growing women's sports. Generally says equality for women's sports. Appreciate the game, not the highlights. Truly and 100% agree 100% again to appreciate the game, not just the highlights of the game at this point in time. Okay, folks, with that. Now, again, folks, our question tonight again was, what is your favorite go-to and or go-to video game of all time? Now, again, I had played this game whenever I was younger on my Nintendo, on Sega Genesis, when it was reprised on PS4, PS2, but I found it, folks, online. If you're wondering what Callum McClurg's favorite and or go-to video game of all time is, folks, it is from the Sonic the Hedgehog series. It's not Sonic the Hedgehog the game, folks, but it is Sonic Spinball. I have loved that game ever since I was younger. Played that game nonstop on Nintendo, on Genesis, on PS2 when they had the disc come out. But that is my favorite all-time video game, folks. Again, Sonic Spinball, my #1 go-to favorite video game of all time. With that, folks, we are now out of time. We have lost all of our pinballs here. We have tilted the machine, and our ball game is over for the day. And we have a quick tweet saying that Chris Woodmansey has been signed to be the Lakers towel boy for next season at Staples Center. With that, folks, again, we have tilted our machine. We are out of pinballs, and our ball game here is over. Until sometime later this week, please have a safe night. Drive home safely. Thank you all for tuning in and joining us. And good night now. This has been the LA Sparks 365 Network. We are Sparks. We are LA. We are the WNBA. We will see you folks back here sometime this week. And again, folks, to recap the games, but again, folks, Sparks falter tonight to the Phoenix Mercury, 94-91 in overtime. And, of course, folks, Team USA captures their 3rd FIFA Women's World Cup over Japan, 5-2 from Vancouver, BC. See you folks sometime this week. Good night. Bye-bye.